Photographing insects without a flash is always fraught with problems, isn't it? Because you're always limited by shutter speed, depth of field. There, it's gone. And having to use high ISOs to get a reasonable shutter speed or depth of field. So the best thing to do is use a flash. But I'm a little bit reluctant to buy a ring flash. I just don't want to spend the money, basically. So I decided to make my own softbox to go on a conventional flash gun. So what we'll do now, we'll go inside and I'll just show you what I do. Okay, so here's your general situation. Got a little critter there and you want to light it. Now you can use a ring flash on the front of the lens, but being a bit of a tight arse, I don't want to go out and buy one. So what I thought, the best thing to do, have a nice softbox up there, and the best way to do that is just to make something go on the front of the flash gun like that. You just use a bit of cardboard and silver foil. This is one I made last year and it's looking a little bit worse for wear, so I thought I'd make a new one. So that's the gun I'm going to use. It's a Canon 430, and something like that will be a softbox. So first of all I'll need to open up the box and make a shape. Now one thing I've just noticed is that the flash gun is about the same width as a Waitrose multigrain hoops box, don't you know? So I'm going to use that. It'll make things a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is just make a shape down here, something like that, and then you can then I can cut that bit out, add a bit to the bottom, and then it should just slide onto the flash gun. So that's the general shape I'm going to use. Flash gun's there. I mean, that's my old one, but you can see it's knackered, isn't it? And I've just basically copied the shape of that. You're going to have to work out what your working distance is. So you want your subject to be there from if the flash gun's there. So you want your subject to be around here. So you just have to work that out, what it's going to be. So I cut that out on the other side, and then go from there. So I've just cut out one side there, then I'll just transfer that shape to the other side. So that's about 42mm, so do that there. 42, roughly. I mean, it doesn't have to be very accurate, especially if I'm doing it. Down to there, get that square ish. Up to there, which is 140 on that joint. So it's going to be along there, 140, 140. That one is going to be about 56. 56-ish. So there's your other, there's that bit. Right, you've got a curve from there, about there. This, hopefully I can copy that curve, and then that join up to there. I'm not bothered putting a curve there, I suppose you could do, but I don't think it really matters. That doesn't look the same, does it? Oh well. could have left a bit on there to fold over, couldn't I? Never mind, I'll just tape it on. I suppose what you could do as well, you could splay this out to make that wider. I'm not going to bother doing that because I don't think you really need it. So that's your basic shape. That'll get taped onto there like that. And then the piece along there. Chop those off, I don't think I need those. Now the next thing to do is to cover the inside with silver paper so it reflects better and you don't lose any light. I think the best thing to use for that is spray mount, but I don't have any, I've run out. So I'll see what else I've got that can do that. I did have a little bit of spray mount, but it's nearly all gone. So then you get your aluminium foil. I am making this up as I go along, so it might go terribly wrong. Right, just lay that on there. Oh, it won't fit that way then. Okay. And that gives you a good internal reflective surface. Super duper. Now I'll just cut round that or tear it off, doesn't really matter. It's amazing what you can get away with, isn't it? Right. Do that one as well. I haven't got one I made earlier, unfortunately. Oh, bugger it. Never mind. I'll just cut that, it's going to be easy, isn't it? You get the general idea, don't you? So that's that. Shame it's not sticking better, but like I say, I've run out of bloody spray mount. Come on. No, I'll get some Pritt stick on that. Right, I've just put those down with a bit of Pritt stick. Now the next thing to do is to just tape up the corners and start making a shape. This is picture framing tape. I suppose any masking tape or whatever would do, wouldn't it? Sellotape even. As you can see, I'm a bit bodgy, but I'm thinking I'm going to cover it in black tape after, just to make it a bit longer lasting. Because that one didn't last. So that's your basic bit there, you see. Now I'm going to cut out. Hey, that is wrong, isn't it? No, it's not 4 off actually. I'm not going to worry about that. Going to make that bit now. Cover the inside with silver foil and tape that on. Right, that's the bottom bit. I stuck that down with Pritt stick, but it's a bit rough because the Pritt stick's all dried up. So that one's taping on there like that now. And then all you need to do is just cover the front with some translucent material. I use some plastic packing material, which is quite good. I might try to pinch that again. I haven't got any. I suppose you could use a plastic bag, something like that. But anyway, that goes there. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off while I do that because it's going to get very boring. Okay, I'll just take that on roughly. So I'll just see if it fits on the flash gun. Yeah, it's a bit loose actually, but sure could live with that. Might be able to pack it out or something. We'll just make this a bit smaller. But that is your basic thing, and then obviously shoot it on your camera, and then you've got a nice softbox. You can always shorten that or lengthen it if you think you've miscalculated where the light's going to be, or maybe cut that a little bit, alter the angle maybe. But that's it. And the good thing about this sort of lighting, I think, is that it gives you a bit of shadow under the insect, because the ring flash tends to make it all look a little bit bland, I find. But that's your general situation. And I always use it on manual. I just get the setting right, put the flash on manual, and you can use an ISO of about 200, 100 or 200. That's f11, I think, something like that. I don't like to go any smaller because the image quality starts to degrade. But that's it. That's how you make a softbox for your camera. Just one more thing, if you don't want to bother sticking silver foil onto cardboard, you can also buy some of this sticky backed aluminium tape, which would do the job. I've just found it in the drawer. I forgot I had that, so I would have used that. It would have made life a little bit simpler. I guess what you could do is put it on the inside where you've taped it up, just to reinforce the corners. In fact, I think I'll do that now. And then I'm going to cover it in black tape, just to make it last a bit longer, so it doesn't end up like my old one, all knackered. Oh, and the diffuser at the front, I'm just going to use a bit of carrier bag, and I'll just take that on the front like that. I've just squashed that in a bit there so it fits nicely on the flash gun. And then if I've got enough black tape, I'll cover it all in black tape. That's it, job done. Actually, the best thing for this would be a bit of milk bottle to make it sturdy, because it does have a tendency to squash in. You could put something across there to stop that, but I guess the best thing would be a piece of rigid plastic from a milk bottle or something like that, and keep it sturdier. But I'm going to carry on using this. I can always replace it later. La 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 la, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do do do, do 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 do, do do do, oh be do be do, do be do do be do be do.